Hi guys, this is Kenzie Queen, and this is my geometry challenge activity, and I'm going to talk about the properties of equality and proofs. So the different properties are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, distributive, substitution, reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. So addition states that if A equals B, then A plus C equals B plus C. And subtraction states that if A equals B, then A minus C equals B minus C. The multiplication one says if A equals B, then A times C equals B times C. The division one says if A equals B, then A divided by C equals B divided by C. The distributive property says A parentheses B plus C close parentheses, and you would multiply A times B and A times C, so that would be AB plus C, AC, sorry. And then the substitution property says that if A equals B, then A can be replaced by B. And this only happens when it's an expression or an equation. And a reflexive property states that for any real number, which is A equals A, so A always equals itself. And I like to think of it as a mirror, because when you look at a mirror, like, you're reflecting yourself, so you see your true self. And then the symmetric property states that if A equals B, then B equals A. And the transitive property says if A equals B, then B equals C, and then A equals C. And then now I'm gonna talk about the examples of the properties in real life. So for addition, an example would be there are 2 chairs in a room, and room A, and 3 chairs in room B, and 7 chairs in room C. How many chairs in total? So you would add A plus C equals B plus C. So A is 2, so 2 plus C, which is 7, so 2 plus 7 is 9, equals the B, which is 3, and then 7, which is C, so 10. And then subtraction. An example of subtraction would be John is flying 10 balloons, and he's holding 10 in one hand and 10 in the other hand. And as he sets to fly the balloon, a bird bursts 3 balloons. So that would be A minus C equals B minus C. So A is 10 and C is 3, so the ones that the bird bursts into, so that's 7. And then B is 10, and then C is 3, so 10 minus 3 is 7, and 10 minus 3 is 7, so that equals, okay. And then the example for multiplication would be baking. Say you are baking a cake and you want to double the servings because you have double the people, so you double the amount of flour. So if it says 2 cups of flour, you add 4, because 2 times 2 is 4. Then an example of division, the division property would be R minus 154 over a negative 0.70 equals A. because you're dividing, right? And the distributive example property. So you have fruit, and one student and her two friends each have 7 strawberries and 4 oranges. How many pieces of fruit do all the 3 students have in total? So that would be 3 parentheses 7 plus 4, and then close parentheses, and the answer would be 21 plus 12, that's 33. Yes. And then the substitution property would be, an example would be cooking, because if a recipe says put 1/4 cup of flour, but you have to make less, so you have to cut the amount of flour in half. Also, like in a cookbook for like diabetes, you know that they can't eat sugar, so you maybe want to substitute it with stevia or something like that. And then the reflexive property example, a mirror, because it is your reflecting your true beauty. And then the symmetric property example, which is cutting a cake evenly in half, because you have this part and then this part, so that's even. And then finally, the transitive property. An example would be fighting, MMA fighting. If a fighter A beats fighter B and fighter B beats fighter C, then fighter A beats fighter C, because it says if A equals B, then B equals C, and then A equals C. Okay, thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye!